Boom. And 5, 4, 3. Welcome to PeaceKeeper Reaction. My name is Nathan. Thank you so much for joining us today, you guys. It's a very special episode. We just checked out this Sabaton history video for the Lady of the Dark, and now we're going to actually watch the animated story video. So I'm very excited. This is my first animated story video. Oh, there's Sabaton right there. Hey, what's up, dudes? Pretty cool. Excuse me. Oof, feeling a bit verklempt. Let me wash that down with some brew. All right. And as always, stay after the reaction as we read some comments from our previous Sabaton reaction and address any concerns you may have. I'm very excited for this, so let's just dive right in. Lady of the Dark by Sabaton on PeaceKeeper.
It's 1964 in Belgrade, Yugoslavia. It's been 50 years since the start of World War I. Events are happening across the country, but here in Belgrade, at the Monument of Gratitude to France, a ceremony is taking place alongside French, British, and American dignitaries, many of whom have given service in a war that ended not 5 years earlier. The veterans, officers, and dignitaries are seated ready for the ceremony to begin. An old lady, dressed in a long black coat, shuffles towards the front and takes her place in the front row. The men stop talking about their exploits in the war as curiosity gets the better of them. Who is this old lady dressed in black, sat in the middle of all these great men and heroes? Underneath her hat, the woman's eyes are like steel, but she allows herself a smile as the men's conversation turns to her. Eventually, with curiosity getting the better of him, an American officer leans in towards her and says, "Excuse me, ma'am, but who are you, and why are you here?" The old woman says nothing. She simply stands up and removes her coat. The dignitaries' mouths drop open in shock. This old lady has a chest full of medals like nothing they've ever seen before. Medals for bravery. The officer stammers, Excuse me, ma'am, I meant no offense. You have obviously shown your bravery on the battlefield. Can you tell me your story?" The old lady smiles, and her eyes appear younger as she says, "Well, gentlemen,
gather round. Let me tell you of the times when women like me were not allowed to fight for our country and our freedom. But I did, anyway."
In November 1914, Austro-Hungarian troops invaded Serbia. They have reached the Kolubara River. The elite Serbian Iron Regiment are one of many valiantly defending their homeland from the foreign invaders. The Iron Regiment's assault bomber squad of shock attack troops has a commander that's tough, battle-hardened, and a fierce fighter. Milunka Savic, a woman in a man's uniform, has proven again and again her bravery and determination. Her expertise with grenades makes her a match for any man, and she is both feared and respected. The Serbs are outnumbered and overwhelmed, and despite the pleas from her comrades, she decides to cross no man's land. Armed with a rifle and 3 bandoliers of grenades, she's determined to take the fight to the enemy.
Wandered through the dark. She stands before you on that metal shining light. Lord, kill with a philanthropic heart. Break the norm, she's the girl in uniform. Fighting side by side with men, she will fight until the end. Like to be respected and to change her brother's fate. Took a bullet to earn her freedom and a place among the stars. And she served the Iron Squadron, served the toughest of them all. No fear of dying, for the front line she was born. Sacrifice, she took her brother's place. War to war, a place where she belonged. Raise your hand for the lady of the dark. Soldier with no will to kill with a philanthropic heart. Break the norm, she's a girl in uniform. Fighting side by side with men, she will fight until the end. Don't fear the reaper, don't fear the war. She's spared the life of brothers. She'll fight for honor, she'll fight for life. A lady goes to war. Raise your hand for the lady of the dark. Raise your hand for the lady of the dark. Soldier with no will to kill with a philanthropic heart. Break the norm, she's a girl in uniform. Fighting side by side with men, she will fight until the end.
After the battle, the new commander of the Iron Regiment asked in front of the regiment, "Which soldier or non-commissioned officer deserves the highest military decoration of Serbia, the Order of the Star of Karađorđe, for their part in the Battle of Kolubara?" A cry went up among the men.
Milunka.
Milunka Savic. Milunka Savic. Milunka Savic. Milunka, the Lady of the Dark. Milunka was informed in hospital of the award. She quickly returned to the front lines. This was just the start of her career. Milunka Savic became the most decorated woman soldier in history, with medals from several nations for her bravery. Milunka Savic, Lady of the Dark, bomber of Kolubara, and the most decorated woman in history, finished her days living a quiet life in Serbia and passed away in 1973.
Oh, wow. Very interesting. I gotta say, I'm blown away by this story just because of how, like, why doesn't this person have 100 films about her? You know what I mean? Especially in this day and age, this kind of feminist story everyone should be talking about it. The fact that I'm just finding out about this now is kind of, well, it's not that shocking. Like I said, I didn't really pay attention in school, but I'm blown away by it, you know, and it's reminds me of kind of like the people of today who are doing amazing things like this, you know, like swimmer Leah Thomas. I'm just kidding. But I gotta say, so it's interesting to put these things into today's kind of context, right? Because, you know, in the kind of world we live in today, if a woman showed up with a chest full of medals, there would be someone digging through her tweets trying to find problems with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so crazy. Anyways, I don't want to get off on a rant here, but I found this so amazing. The fact that just her whole story is just amazing. So musically, let's talk about the music. We have to talk about the music when we're talking music. What kind of genre do you guys put Sabaton in? You know, they're kind of like this throwback kind of to like the bands of yesteryear, you know, like Guns N' Roses, I kind of think too, but it's kind of also has like a power metal-ish kind of tinge to it. But so you got to let me know, should I stay or should I go? What genre you guys put them in? But I found it kind of simplistic in its tone, and that's what you know, a lot of great metal is has that kind of simplistic feel to it. So what they're doing is shining a light on somebody through history. And has this ever come back to bite Sabaton? Like, you know what I mean? Just because when you start talking about history and you know, especially in this day and age, when you start talking like, you know, like statues in America when people were pulling them down and stuff because, you know, whatever, for whatever reason. So have they ever done a song or a video about a person or a war and then had a backlash on it? It seems crazy, I know, but, you know, we live in crazy times, but so that's kind of interesting. You know what I mean? And also, talking about somebody doesn't necessarily mean you're glorifying them. Like, does Sabaton have a song about, like, Hitler, for example, or a German soldier during World War II? You know, talking about him or singing a song doesn't mean you agree or anything, but they also have stories and stuff, right? Like, you know what I mean? So I imagine there's kind of like this weird, you know, like line they have to stand on, or you know what I mean, or like I don't know. I just find it interesting that like because I could just see them doing a song about, and then it's like somebody would be like, well, excuse me, but you know that lady Malinuk, she also did this, and you know what I mean. Then we have to cancel her or something, you know. So I don't know. I'm fascinated by that because talking about war, glorifying war are completely different things. I mean, you watch a film like Saving Private Ryan, and it's like, it doesn't glorify war. But then you watch a movie like Rambo 3, and it's like, it makes it seem kind of cool or whatever, you know what I mean? So there's kind of like this thread you have to bear or whatever. But yeah, I love that. That's so interesting. And again, like I said, they should make 100 movies about this woman. Like, so fascinating. So let's move along. Well, let's read some comments from the saboteurs about our previous video. And again, I'm still looking for like a Sabaton expert who can zoom in. You don't need anything. You maybe a cheap microphone and a headset. Zoom in. Be on the show. Be my co-host during the Sabaton stuff. So I would love that. Then you can really guide me, because right now I don't really know what I'm doing. But you know, we're doing it still. Anyways, let's see what the saboteurs had to say. Peter Kensborn said, as everyone pointed out, you should have used the subtitles. However, if you want to learn more about the events and the songs, let me just stop you right there, Peter. Like I said in the video, I am a lyrics person. I have the lyrics on up for every song I do. I have my monitors split between lyrics and the video, you know what I mean? Because I ingest lyrics. But when I download the video using a like YouTube download site, the closed captionings don't come, so they may not show in the final edit. But I always have the lyrics up, unless I can't find them or whatever, you know what I mean? Because I enjoy lyrics. And I think I even said in the video how I got lost in the lyrics, you know, and I don't speak Swedish. I have a Swedish ancestry.com, but I don't speak Swedish. So yeah, so I always have the lyrics up but they may not show that in the video. So anyways, however, if you want to learn more about the events in the song, check out the official Sabaton History Channel episode for the song. Great way to learn something on the fly. Karina Rodeback says, if you had the captions on during, as you were told, the lyrics would have made a stronger impact during the performance. On several occasions, veterans have been crying to those words as they unfold. In the description of each video, there is a short resume of the context. Of course, you get a fuller version in Sabaton History episode. I did tell you that the context was 30-year war. In several novels I've read, the wars between French forces and British, specifically invading Quebec and Montreal, has been described. So I believe Canadian people have experienced war in Canada about 250 years ago. So again, yeah, I had the captions on, but it's a very rare thing that I would cry during a song. It's just, I'm too manly, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, there have been war on Canadian soil, obviously, the War of 1812. But what I was referring to was the fact there's no, living memories. There's no remnants of war. I watched this documentary, I think it was France they were talking about, where they said, there were so many bullets shot that the drinking water was pooched because there's so much lead in that we don't have, I don't have anything like that. We don't have anything like that. So if you're traveling around Europe, you might see the remnants of these great wars, these kind of living monuments or whatever. And we don't have that. So Sam Nemeth Smith says the drummer is... Oh, fuck. The monitor is fucking up again. Guys, can we get a new monitor? Because I can't read half of the comment section. So it says the drummer is M, and then it goes all fuzzy to floor. The word you screen kept screwing up is, and then it screws up again. Guys, we have to get this fixed. Sorry about that. I'd recommend The Last Battle for your next one. Don't forget to check out Sabaton History for a channel behind the song. So yeah, awesome. Jenny Nopers says, I am still watching. Sorry you did not do the subtitles and draw notice that Floor's cameraman sits on a tank. I didn't notice that Floor's cameraman was sitting on a tank. But again, I was kind of lost in the lyrics there. So, yeah. Henrik Veden says, great reaction to a great band. I've seen your channel before, while another band I love is Ghost. I love Ghost. And you did a number of reactions on them. This particular song is about the life for soldiers during the 30 years back in the 1600s. Boys were born during battle and grew up while their fathers fought the war. By time, maybe they fought shoulder to shoulder because the war was so long and brutal. Wow, that's amazing to think about. M says Finnish Sniper. Yeah, I was referring to that Finnish Sniper that I watched the documentary on. Is Simo Hayo, and Sabaton sings about him in White Death. Cool. So maybe we'll check that out soon. And then so Robin Fredrickson says sorry. Pointless without subtitles here. So I've gone ahead and banned him from the channel for 6 months. So come back after. You obviously don't understand the channel and you're kind of an asshole, but that's okay. So you come back in 6 months and we'll review and we'll decide if you can continue watching the channel. But one thing I kind of don't understand about the whole subtitle thing is this isn't your first time watching the Sabaton video. You're not going to look for this song and then watch a reaction for the first time. You're obviously already a fan of the song and are watching a reaction. So why would I need to put subtitles on for you when you should already know the song? You know what I mean? It makes no sense. Anyways, let's not get in the weeds on that. You guys all know how I feel. Oh, yeah. And come back in 6 months, Robin, and we'll see if we'll let you watch the channel again. Kavasser says, good to hear that you have some Swedish on you. Now we need more Sabaton. All right, awesome. And, okay, one more. Lou P says, I usually do both ketchup and mustard. Oh, yeah, because I was asking about what do you put on a hot dog. Ketchup? It's kind of, cringe. Found a mango habanero mustard the other day. That sounds delicious. That's really tasty. Can also go with crispy fried onions, shrimp salad, sweet baby's praise, barbecue, raw red onion, and mashed potatoes on a hot dog? This is fucking insane. What are you doing? This is no longer a hot dog. You know what a hot dog should have on it, you guys? Mustard and onions, and that's it. Okay, you don't put cheese on it. You don't put mayonnaise. Fucking mustard, sausage, maybe a Dijon mustard. Any type of mustard will basically do, but fucking mashed potatoes, I have to draw the line somewhere. Yeah, this is insanity. Let me know what you guys think about this or any other topic. Comment. And again, I'm looking for a Sabaton expert who wants to join me on the show. And for PeaceKeeper, I'm Nathan. Play safe. I can put my arm back on.